My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to the Bazaar. Time to go in with Dooley. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna get sucked in by the raise that early. I'm gonna probably look for an option to defend myself rather than just hoping the raise will scale me high enough that I don't need to. Of course, it really depends on what kind of core. Ooh, always love seeing the companion core. Haste your other friends. When you use another friend, charge this for a second. Critical core. This and the items to the right of this have plus 15% crit chance. When you use any item to the left of this, charge this one second. When you crit with any item, charge this 1 second. I see. So this itself will end up getting more crit chance. You build more crit chance on it so that it triggers itself much more consistently and all of the other crits. That doesn't seem as internally consistent as the other ones, but also I haven't really used the weapons with Dooley as much. Weaponized core. Case in point here, weaponized core, deal 10 damage, give weapons to the right of this, plus 5 damage for the fight. And when you use an item to the left of this, charge this for a second. So you can have a damage core and a defense core. I'm gonna do that. Let's go with a weaponized core. I actually want to use some of the weapons, which I never really engage with here. Monster Ranch, get monster loot. Yeah. Let's get 2 gold tier monster loot items. Yeah, I paid 8 and I got 8 in return. Gland for 3 regen when I sell it, and now if I fight Pyro and I happen to get the lighter, selling cinders for that lighter would be great. This is a cinders for plus 3 burn on something. Also, Pyro is incapable of doing anything to me here. It burns me for 2, which I regen, and then it does it again. Yeah, give me the lighter. I'd love to get the lighter. There are a lot of really good items for Dooley that have burn. There's one that can have up to 3 multicasts. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. I think it might be Welding Gun, perhaps? It is not Welding Helmet, it is not Welding Torch. Which are the 2 that I thought it was. Oh, lighter! Hell yeah! I'll hold off on selling here because I don't need to do that yet. Get a small friends, sells items just in JJ. I'll hit up JJ and sell some items. Or see the sold items, rather.
A customer.
Wallace for some scaling shielding. Copper Ed also does some shielding. Poison 1, gain 5 shield. Coolant every 6 seconds. Freeze 1 item for 1 second and cleanse half of your burn. I could take Wallace roll and probably pick up another thing. I could even end up selling the cinders for the burn on the lighter. But realistically, I think there are better burn options in Dooley's kit than in Vanessa's. So maybe I don't even want to upgrade that lighter in that way. That said, I think I should get some shielding. Let's put Wallace on board. I'm really not using my weaponized core at all yet. But I will need defensive things on the left side of the weaponized core and then aggressive things on the right side of it. So through that lens, at least, makes sense. Ice 9000, every 8 seconds, poison for 3, freeze an item for a second. When you freeze, this gains 1 poison for the fight. There's also the security camera, every 8 seconds, shield 20. Your shield items have 20% crit chance. And first Aiden, every 3 seconds, heal for 10, and haste an item for a second. I'm going to take first Aiden.
If that doesn't work out for you, come back for a refund.
I'm going to pop both of those on the left here, so this is literally just hitting them with weaponized core and trying to scale some shielding and healing. Oh, no. Silver tier items, huh? Small silver tier items will sell for 4. So I would be able to sell the cinders and still pick up a small silver tier item. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that at least. None of them are small. That's rough. In fact, I have exactly not enough to be able to pick up any of these. Missiles would be incredible here, unfortunately. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The core is unsellable, unfortunately, in this instance. Missiles, every 3 seconds, deal 10 damage. Multicast 2, when you use the core, reload this. It being on the other side of the weaponized core is literally exactly the kind of thing I want. I honestly wasn't expecting just to see medium items here. I was definitely taking a gamble that I was going to see a small item. Just unfortunate that didn't pay off. Oh, a fellow Ryan! Hello, Ryan. That's a lot of burn. That's too much burn. I can't deal with that. Absolutely no way, no how. Well, their burn will scale a little bit because the ignition core is increasing the burn from the welding torch. But I do manage to remove almost all of the burn, in fact all of the burn, between these individual charges. And when the sandstorm starts, I've got shielding coming in from Wallace. Wallace giving me shield is also protecting me against half of the burn damage. If you have shield, you take half damage to burn. Yeah. Actually, not surprised we won there. I think the regen had a hell of a lot to do with it, to be fair. Okay. What are we looking at here? Regen 1, no thank you. Jungle Ruins or Midsworth for small and large items. I'm going to go to the Jungle Ruins and just pick up an experience. I'd love to get gold, but it wasn't an option. Tools have their cooldowns reduced. Sharpening Stone, Scrap, leftmost gets value, or Citrus and Coconut. None of these are especially intriguing to me. I suspect getting Sharpening Stones and then waiting for something is probably the right play here. Shield skills in Fortis, treasure chest for an item, Tinker. I'm not going to find missiles just immediately there in Tinker again, unfortunately. I don't think that's happening to me. So I'll take the Induction Aegis for free. Pop that over on this side. Let's pop the lighter on the field. I don't think I want to use the Cinders for any of these. I'm not fighting Borea. That's just not happening. Tent City Mare would be a fun fight to win if I can. Can I, though? Without selling Cinders? Giant Mosquito for some cooldown reduction. Maybe some slow integration from the Proboscis. Give me the Tent City Mare. I would like to be able to upgrade the damage of items on my field via augmented weaponry. Your weapons have +1 damage. When you sell a small item, increases bonus by 1 damage. That sounds tasty to me. That's delectable. I'd like some of that. This is brilliant. Give me 14 more. Yeah, the scaling shielding of Wallace is definitely showing itself to be a very, very good choice there early. First Aiden also activating itself every 3 seconds, as well as speeding up another cooldown by a single second, is definitely having an impact on this board. That's really unfortunate. One more tick and they would have died as well, which would be counted as a win for us. Alas. Keen to sell non-weapon items? Wouldn't say I'm particularly keen in that instance. I'm gonna get some more money so that I can try and fish a little bit. Let's go to JJ's who sells items here. Thrusters, both players for 2, and adjacent items have their cooldowns reduced. No. Power Drill, when you haste, slow, freeze, burn, or poison, you charge this for a second. And it would have some damage scaling because it'd be on the other side of that. Power Sander. Adjacent weapons gain +6 damage for the fight. Adjacent shield items gain +6 shield for the fight. That's pretty good, but not for what I already have on board, unfortunately. I'm going to take the Power Sander on spec and then roll, which I can only do because of the amount of gold that I got recently. GPU hastes the core for 2 seconds. I'll take Crypto.
Oh, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving. That's good.
I bought it for 2. It'll sell for a value between 0 and 5. I'll sell it for 4 happily. That's a benefit right there. I don't think I can get through this next fight without selling my Cinders. In fact, I think I'm probably selling a lot of my stuff in this next fight. Like, I think it's best I focus on shielding. I think I take lighter off the board and I hit the cinders on the induction Aegis. I'm not happy about this. Let me just be very clear. I would love it to be on the one with the lower cooldown, but I need the shielding from this, and I can scale the shielding of both the induction Aegis and Wallace at the same time with the power sander. So every 4 seconds, this is burning for 4, which means it's not actually... that's not actually really doing damage to the enemy, unfortunately. I will stay healthy, but it doesn't take that much to have a synergy better than mine right now. Okay, so maybe it's take induction off, put the lighter back on, sell the cinders, sell both sharpening stones. Unfortunately, I didn't want to do that. And then pop power sander between Wallace and weaponized core so that I do have some more damage scaling on board. And the lighter is actually doing damage over time. It hits them for 4, and then when they're down to 1, it hits them for another 4, so it will actually start increasing, rather than just completely exhausting. GPU to haste the core makes absolutely no sense right now. And I think I'll probably end up wanting a block core of some kind over on the left anyway. So, I'll leave that. Time to fight! What have you brought to the table? Oh, that's a lot of items. Oh, that's a lot of poison. I'm dead. Yeah. Poison's exactly what I can't beat. Also, the ridiculous scaling of having a core on field as well as 2 rays already. Yeah. That's unfortunate. I did a whole lot to try and win this fight. Too much. Midsworth sells small and large items. Argenta sells... Oh! Yep, I sell crypto for 4. Told you I would, and then I did. Midsworth, small and large items. As much as I want to go to Argenta and try and pick up a silver tier skill, I really need something on my board. I mean, I'll take the crypto again. I'll upgrade first aid. And coolant's back, but not really what we're looking for. Duct tape. When you use an adjacent item, shields for 10. Also, every 6 seconds, slow an item for 2 seconds. I will upgrade Wallace, and I'm also going to take the duct tape here. This wasn't really what I was looking for, but when I level up, which will be right now because of the lost crate, thank you for the experience. Cinders for some more burn. Upgrade your leftmost bronze tier item. Get a tool. I have no weapons to actually benefit from the weaponized core right now. It's not really part of this build. Unfortunately. Let's upgrade your leftmost bronze tier item. I could do that to try and get more money out of crypto. I can do it to the lighter, which admittedly, I feel like if I'm doing that to the lighter for 1 more burn, I might as well just get +2 cinders, which will give me money and the additional burn on the lighter. I'm going to take a tool. I'm just going to get a tool. Thank you. Chris Army Knife. Deals 5 damage and shields 5. It will get the benefit of the power sander twice over, because it is both a weapon and a shield item. Love that. Love that for that. And then I'll put the duct tape next to the power sander, so that it scales the shielding of the thing that benefits from adjacents. Can I beat Scout Trooper like this? I think I can. I think the power sander scaling will be enough. Because Scout Trooper itself also scales, but they also have ammunition. So once the Bolus and the Uzi are out, a lot of their damage goes away. But of course, by that point, they've slowed you enough times that the weak point detector has given a bunch of damage to the grappling hook and laser pistol. But if we have reasonable shielding, which I believe we do, we should be able to overwhelm that. Yep. Yeah, we're ahead of them. And with the bolus no longer firing, we'll stay ahead. So, I don't have a damage core. That's my big problem, right? Like, we can see how much the Chris Army knife is actually going off, and that's just having finally a weapon on the right side of the weaponized core next to the power sander. Grappling hook every 7 seconds, deal 10 damage, and slow an item for 3 seconds. Zara, haste and charge skills. Pole sells large items. I do like haste and charge skills.
Actually, I'm human.
I want to be faster. First 5 times you shield, fight, charge an item for a second. Great. First time you freeze each fight, haste your items for 3 seconds. That's also really appealing. I don't freeze yet, but very soon I'll pick up a skill that's like when you burn for the first time, freeze. When you crit for the first time, freeze. Something like that, you know? I think Electrified Hull is still probably better for me right now because I'm a scaling build. I really, really, really want 5 seconds worth of charge just to happen early on.
Can you feel it? How thin the barrier really is?
Again, I don't have that much money at this point. I'm going to hit up the mountain pass. I'm going to go to the 2 gold 1 experience. Actually, I'm just about to hit income. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to invest in the convoy. Let's get up to 7 income, which will resolve after this next fight. I haven't even been checking my crypto stocks. Do I feel confident where we are? I wouldn't necessarily say I feel confident against a Vanessa player that hasn't dropped a match. But it's no longer as likely that she's playing a poison build. And that would definitely be the worst part of it. Okay. Yeah, this is a damage build that's going to peter out. My defensive scaling is not as high as I would like. I might... Yeah, I lose this. That's unfortunate. I think I was actually pretty close to... Between Wallace and Chris Army and Duct Tape. I think I was actually relatively close there to eclipsing it. 25 max health per level, giving me 100 more health to play with so that I can start scaling before I really start getting pressed would be great. I'd love that. 3 loot items is always appealing as well, though. Like, just some additional shielding from scrap, some additional burn from cinders. Obviously, cooldown reduction is always a great idea. Give me the loot items. A gland for 1 regen. Oh. Feather, reduce item cooldowns by 2%. And cinders, yeah. Okay. We do that. I won't sell the cinders just yet, at least until I'm looking at another store. Furnace gain a small burn item. Lost crate again. I'm gonna go middle. I think I really need another piece for this build.
All about moderation.
Motherboard. Every 5 seconds, haste the core for 2 seconds. When the core gains haste, give it plus 10 damage for the fight. Yeah, I don't really haste the core that much. Obviously, Motherboard would do it, but that's not what we're looking for here. Oh, crypto sells for 4. We'll do that. I'll roll. Please give me missiles. 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 These aren't missiles. Atomic Clock. Every second, increase a random enemy item's cooldown by 1 second for the fight. I'm going to do that. There's also Chlorance. Every 5 seconds, deal 10 damage when you use a friend. This gains plus 10 damage to the fight. We have 2 friends on board. 3, actually. Wallace, First Aid, and Chris Army Knife. That's some scaling damage. But it's not like our damage doesn't scale. It's more like we need to slow the enemy down, I think. Brick Buddy. When you use an adjacent friend, this gains plus 10 shield for the fight. All right. Give me your Atomic Clock.
Is free. I like the exercise.
Okay. I will sell... No, I don't need to sell cinders yet. Again. Work at the docks, earn some more coin. 3 silver tier chocolate bars. 3 silver tier chocolate bars. So what's that? 60 max HP? I'd rather go to the docks when I'm this low on coin. Let's work as security. Give me a weapon. Javelin. Every 5 seconds deals 75 damage. When you haste, reload this one ammo. I haste every 3 seconds. Javelin will never be out of ammunition. It starts with a lot of damage. Wallace is too slow for this build. I don't think the lighter meaningfully contributes to the amount of damage I'm capable of generating. Javelin activates more commonly than the weaponized core. So we've got a block core over on this right side, with the power sander scaling the shielding of both Chris Army Knife and duct tape, as well as triggering the shielding of duct tape. And then we've got the Javelin that's going to consistently be reloaded, that's hitting for 75s. I suspect that's stronger than having the lighter and the Wallace on board. Actually, I'm pretty confident in that. Flame Juggler. Just defend against a large amount of initial flame. You'll be fine. Boiler Room Brawler is probably much more interesting for us. Tools and stuff. Retiree, probably entirely irrelevant. Mainly to do with getting benefits from healing yourself. Alright, let's actually take the time. Flame Juggler, what do you do? So Flame Juggler immediately burns for 40. And then has a lighter that's going constantly. So we have 40 burn, and then we start powering through our shielding, and then pretty quickly after that, the enemy is no longer really threatening us at all. So we would go there for the 2 additional gold and 1 additional experience versus Boiler Room Brawler. Oh, Boiler Room Brawler has Flashy Mechanic as a skill. I don't even know if you can get this from him, but Flashy Mechanic says when you use a tool, Power Sander, Duct Tape, Chris Army Knife, the Atomic Clock, when you use a tool, items adjacent to it gain 5% crit chance. That'd be an incredible hit for us. We also have a Sharpening Stone for increasing damage. Orbital Polisher, a gold item. Cooldown is 7 seconds. Adjacent items gain +5 damage for the fight, and adjacent items gain +5 shield for the fight. It's a Power Sander, but bad. I could see my way to either the Flame Juggler or the Boiler Room Brawler. Let's set up the Flame Juggler just so that I don't regret not having that much money going into the next spaces, because I'm a little low on resource at the moment.
Fire is life, and sometimes
There's our 40 burn. But it doesn't continue growing from here. Well, not really, because the lighter is every 6 seconds. Are you kidding me? Am I actually going to lose this? I was very confident. Okay, I remain very confident.
the flame is a fickle lover.
Magma Core. At the start of each fight, burn for 9. That's not gone on the field. Ooh, do I want to go to the mountain pass and pay 1 gold in order to increase my income by 2? Or increase my income by 2? Oops, misclicked. Tox Clock sells haste, slow, and cooldown items. Armory, get a weapon. Give me a weapon. Just give me one. Rune Axe, when you sell this, your weapons gain 1 damage. Okay, well, look. Not everything's good, you know? Cause cooldown is reduced by 5%. Extract for poison, scrap for shield. We'll go scrap for shield. And then I'll sell those for +16 shielding on duct tape. every single time that I activate an item to the side of it. Works for me. I will sell the feather now. Because I'd really like to win a fight. I've only got 3 charges in that atomic clock. But if it hits the right thing, it can cripple him. Oh, I just increased the cooldown, I think, of Chris Army Knife, the Gamma Ray, and cool LEDs, unfortunately. That's not a great hit. That's a lot of poison quite quickly, unfortunately. I'm gonna head down towards the docks to see if I can get a weapon worth a damn. When you use a weapon, charge this 2 seconds. That could be really good. Could be. B1 and B2 sells items with a high chance of upgrades. That is to say, upgrading items we have. Monster Ranch, get monster loot. Let's go to B1 and B2. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I'll take the Chris Army Knife upgrade. I don't think I should take the Wallace upgrade. I don't think I want to put it on board. I think the Power Sander is just much better at accomplishing that end goal. I could see a world where I replace the Atomic with the knife set. I could definitely see that world. I live in that world. It's home to me. Reigning Duelist Mod Squad and the Infernal Envoy. I'm gonna hit up the Mod Squad for the best resources here. I wonder if perhaps I should move my entire block core back to the other side now. Because now I do have weapons that are actually benefiting from and scaling on the other side of the weaponized core, so I do want it to go off much more consistently. I'm going to use any item to the left of this. So that means that this weaponized core should still activate more commonly than First Aiden. Because in its cooldown time, well, actually, hang on. To be better than 3 seconds, it would need 3 items to activate before 3 seconds. Which doesn't happen, so no. We swap it back to the other order. Alright, Mod Squad. Oh, Mod Squad. Yes, you've got a silver, Chris. You've got a silver First Aiden. I'd happily take either of those, frankly. Charcoal Bomb Squad, less important to me. Crypto, okay, I could take a little bit more money. Bulldozer, probably not that relevant either. When you use another friend, it gains 10 damage to the fight. Your other friend's cooldowns reduced by 10%. This isn't a friend build. I'm not here to make or take friends. We just got him. Things were getting a little dicey there. Charcoal, you're not going on board, buddy. I hope you don't have any big dreams. Let's head up Barkun for medium and large items.
Small people. I love them all.
Welding helmet every 3 seconds, shield, and no. Weak point detector. Your weapons gain 3 damage for the fight. When you slow, charge this for 2 seconds. I do have some slow in the build, courtesy of the duct tape, but that's not really what we do. Angry Balloon Bot. When you lose shield, this gains damage equal to 10% of the shield loss. Yeah, no thank you. Tesla Coil. When you use an adjacent item, charge this 2 seconds. Welding torch. When you have shield, this item's cooldown reduced by 50%. I guess I could take Javelin off the field to put Tesla Coil on. Significantly lower damage initially, but it should activate much more commonly than the Javelin. Which, especially if we were intending on scaling things with the weaponized core, that could be better.
Well, okay.
I'm going to do that. This has a lot more room to grow as well. Core gains 12 damage for every weapon you have, including stash. No, thank you. 150 max HP is pretty appealing right now. Your tools have their cooldowns reduced by 5%. Also pretty appealing. Taking the 150 max HP. Let's look at some silver tier items over at Sterling. Yikes. Charcoal. When you use another burn, when you use another friend, rather, this gains 2 burn for the fight. Bomb squad. When you use an adjacent friend, charges 2 seconds. And thrusters for burning. Not my build. Sorry. Is there any, like, should I just transition to a full burn build like that's all I have? I don't think so. Literally, this would be asking me to take the weaponized core and the knife set off the field and then start focusing on a burn core. Put the lighter back on the field, charcoal, bomb squad. Do I really just want to abandon the weaponized core? Oh, God. The more and more I'm looking at this, the more and more it feels like just applying a huge amount of burn to the enemy is right. I'm being given the burn support. Alright, fine. I'm not taking thrusters, though. Don't you dare show me a bunch of good weapons now. Oh, thanks, Alpha Ray. When you use the core or another weapon, or another ray, rather, your weapons gain 6 damage to the fight. Yeah, you're a little bit out of time for that one. Okay. I'm going to get rid of the Tesla Coil. I'm going to field charcoal and the bomb squad. I'm going to get the core back off of field. I think I might end up with DJ Robot on this field. Knife set, you're going away as well. Magma core, no, you don't have synergy with things that are... I mean, you immediately burn them for a bit. Sure, whatever. Not really what we're looking for here. Okay, I could pick up DJ Robot now. When you buy this, get 3 nanobots. Those nanobots attack every 6 seconds, and they deal 15 damage for each small friend I have. I definitely think I should take these off to put more small friends on, so that I've got 3 nanobots dealing 120 damage. So my 2 fastest friends are first Aiden and the Chris Army knife. So Bomb Squad goes between the 2 of them. DJ Robot only hastes friends, including themselves, but only hastes friends. So replacing a slot that, like, for instance, I want duct tape on the board. It is a lot of shielding. I would love to get Power Sander on the board. It is a lot of shielding. But each of those really wants the other one. And if I take 2 characters off board, that is 30 damage away from each of the nanobots, as well as removing 2 targets for DJ Robot's haste trigger. Oh, well, actually, I've just figured out the answer. And it's DJ Robot doesn't need to go on board. It's every 10 seconds, haste your friends for 1 second. The real power of this is if I have things that benefit from being hasted. As in, I have, you know, things that trigger on haste. I don't have that right now. I don't have to worry about that. gonna get rid of Cinders, giving another damage to the bomb squad. Induction Aegis should get out of here too. Atomic Clock also. I will keep DJ Robot because I can try and go for upgrades. I tried not to do a friends build. I tried really hard not to do a friends build. I was like looking for weapons and then I couldn't afford missiles and it all went downhill from there. Downhill? We don't know it's downhill. We know it's downhill. I have one win in however many days. But this gives me the opportunity to play with these nanobots as well, so let's give this one a wee bit of a go. Oh, finally, someone who I might be able to fight. Don't you dare poison me. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. There's no poison on that build, but there's a Fiery Cutlass. Deals double critical damage. It's got 75% crit chance. It's got lifesteal on it. It's got burn. Oh, cool. I didn't even lose health. Obstacle calls for a slow item. Quick sell sells small and medium items. Another DJ Robot would be nice. Worker Docs to earn some coin. I'm gonna hit up quick sell.
Send me your huge items. Price? Don't care.
Cybersecurity. Every 12 seconds, deal 20 damage for each weapon you have. This deals double damage if it's your only friend. Micro Dave. When you use a small item, charge this for 1 second. Yeah. No. I have a lot of small items on the field. It's just this as a payoff that takes 2 size is not what I want. Welding Torch. When you have shield, this item's cooldown is reduced by 50%. Gamma Ray and a Capacitor. This is not our day.
Did you know sail and fail rhyme? Sail, fail, fail, sail.
Eating contest. I could try and pick up 150 max HP. Admittedly, still pretty relevant. Block Party, get a friend. That's also pretty relevant though. Angry Balloon Bot. When you lose shield, this gains damage. Not really what I was looking for. Infernal. I don't know if I could take on Infernal right now. I expect I'm not powerful. I expect I'm actually quite a weak build. I don't think I'd be fielding a greatsword or anything like that. However, Zookeeper does have an ability when you use a friend, poison 1. That could be fun. Can I take on Infernal? It's got 2,000 health. I'd basically have to dome them. What? That's 360, so 6 times? So, no. Infernal compounds the amount of burn they put on you every time they hit you, so I don't think I can do that. I think I could beat the Trash Golem, but for 1 gold less, I can fight the Zookeeper, who actually has a skill that I might want. Leeches. When you poison, this gains 10 damage for the fight. Oh, if I had both Toxic Friendship and Leeches, maybe. Yeah, eventually my real damage is only coming out of charcoal. If the enemy has enough health. Yeah, okay, it's a pelt. Sell it for 6. Barkun, medium and large items. There's also Andy with small items. I think I do need medium and large items. I need something that synergizes with this. I need one large piece that brings it all together.
Do you have any really
So Brick Buddy's here. When using adjacent friend, this gains 20 shield for the fight. There's definitely a world where that can replace Power Sander and Duct Tape. And it's another friend on field. It's slower, because Duct Tape itself is triggering on the charge of both First Aid and Power Sander. But it's also only getting +6 each time it's booped, whereas this is getting +20 each time an adjacent friend is used. I think it's Brick Buddy. I think it is. I think I'll take that.
I'm gonna be a business tree.
Harmadillo is also here. When you shield, charge this for 2 seconds. Which admittedly isn't awful. But that would definitely move me back away from Brick Buddy. Brick Buddy is not shielding me on the adjacent friend usage. It's only shielding me on its own cooldown. Let's roll. Yeah, very much not my thing. Tesla Coil, when using adjacent item, charges 2 seconds. Chem Snail's a friend. When you slow, charge this 3 seconds. Ice 9000, also a friend. When you freeze, this gains additional poison for the fight. Just not the kind of things I'm looking to field here. When you lose shield, this gains damage equal to 10% of the shield lost. So hear me out. Is there ever a world where I do feel the angry weapon bot? I moved charcoal over one position, and then I dropped these in. So I'm losing all of my nanobot damage, unfortunately. But Brick Buddy goes there. And this helps me keep more shielding, because the shielding is still coming out consistently from Duct Tape. So even while the Brick Buddy is still building, this gives me a lot of shield, which makes me feel like I'm probably pretty good against anything except for a poison build. But I'm not really good against a poison build yet, so like, what if I just focus on my strengths right now? And then the Angry Balloon Bot only has a 3-second charge. It says when you lose shield, this gains damage equal to 10% of the shield loss. And I will have a lot of shield. And it should gain a lot of damage. Let's give this a go. Sharpening Stones, get a friend, 175 max HP. Scrap Shield. I'll be going Scrap Shield here. Another +16 for the Duct Tape. Monster Ranch for some gold tier monster loot items as well. 2 experience and a 9% cooldown reduction. Definitely worth. What do I feel like is definitely going to be fielded forever? I almost feel like it's a Power Sander. I really don't think the Power Sander should be the answer there. I mean, Insect Wing would take almost a full second off of DJ Robot, but DJ Robot's not going back on board right now. Angry Balloon Bot is our damage. Brick Buddy is a lot of our shielding, though. You know what? Brick Buddy. 9%. Ghost! We're fighting Goofy. How goofy is this build? When you use a weapon, charge this for 2 seconds. When you use a weapon or haste, charge this for a second. On the Trebuchet, they've also got the Captain's Wheel, giving haste to adjacent items. Yeah, that's as much shielding as I can generate, and it was not enough. So I see what happens when you pick a core and then don't use that core. At least in this instance. Set up JJ, I've got a lot of money. I really need to find something to do with it. Rocket Launcher! Every 6 seconds, deal 20 damage. Burn 4. When your enemy has burn, this has double damage. What if it's like weaponized core back on board? Bomb squad doesn't want to be on that board. Sorry, 1 second. My headphones are not working. Paused and fixed it. Do I want to field rocket launcher? While your enemy has burn, this has double damage. It will give burn to the enemy quite quickly. It will keep them burned, so it means it'll scale twice as fast from additional damage being given to it. So I would take rocket launcher, alpha ray, and replace brick buddy and charcoal. Charcoal is a lot of my damage scaling, which means maybe I take bomb squad off instead of charcoal.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
I'm pivoting here because I'm not doing okay. Like, I'm pivoting to give myself a chance to win. Because I recognize if I just kept using the board that I was currently using, I would lose. Let's see if we can do something with this. Race car, when you haste, charges 2 seconds. I don't haste. That's not a thing I do. Cybersecurity deals double damage if it's your only friend. I've got still a friend core on the board, which I think we'll need. Cybersecurity camera. Not going to be any of those. Keener sells non-weapon items. I'm going to hit up Bazaar. Haste and charge are very lovely things. When you use your leftmost item, haste an item for a second. That's great.
Travel from point A to B. Just be there.
I can swap the order of these so that First Aiden, who is our most common item, will haste another item for a second. So it'll haste an item for 2 seconds and another item for 1 second. Sergeant Suds, Shock Trooper, Thug. I know Thug is probably the best for us with 2 giant hits. There's Bonk, the skill. Give enemy cooldowns increased by 1 second. There's also Thieves Guild Medallion. There's also Spices. I don't expect Spices to be especially good for us here. Junkyard Club sells for some additional damage to items on board. Improvised Bludgeon sells for additional on board. Do I think I would even benefit from finding the Shock Trooper? They have some burn synergy stuff, but we're not really about our burn. Like, that's not... The main reason I would want to fight the Shock Trooper, I believe, in this instance, would be to try and check my damage. Basically, to check how well I'm doing. I think I have to get rid of the nanobots, just for space. Alright, Thug. I should well and truly destroy you. If I'm not, then I've already made some very severe... I've already made even more severe mistakes than I thought I'd made. Oh boy. Okay. It was closer than I wanted it to be, but we did win. I don't even know if I would have been the Shock Trooper. There's Bonk! Yay! Enemy cooldowns are increased by 1 second. That's really, really important. Core gains 3 damage for every weapon you have. I mean... Sure, but it's still not... I mean, Core's cooldown is reduced by 5 seconds. 5 seconds? 5 seconds would be incredible. 5%. Is maybe a better choice here, because when the core goes off, it not only scales for itself, it also scales because of the alpha ray. Mid's worth small and large items, just cafe. And lost and found. Hit up the lost and found. Just the thrusters we won't use. And middle for a medium item. Come on.
What can I get you?
Eee, angry robot. No. No, I'm not pivoting back to a full shield build. That's not working. Motherboard for hasting the core. Point detector for the slow. Nope.
might try JJ's shop. Real friendly guy.
I just... I think the flip-flop cost me a huge amount, but I didn't also really understand what else to do at the time. Oh, that's a lot of rays on board. That's gonna scale. Oh boy. Well, time for me to see my enchant. Can my enchant get me to 4 wins? Enchant an item with heal effects. I expect that doesn't make duct tape heal on adjacent item usage. No, it just heals when used. Power Sander? Could I use that for upgrading my healing? Nope. Just gives additional heal. Or it itself heals. I guess maybe it's the missile launch. No, rocket launcher, rather. Heals 30, does it 3 times, every 6 seconds. Likely to stay on board. I could double the healing of first aid in. Yeah, it's... But rocket launcher really wants lifesteal instead because it's actually scaling damage. But I've just got to focus on what I can do right now because I don't think I'm getting all the way to seeing some lifesteal.
Imagine the wonders waiting for us in the ground.
Any item at all in the entire Bazaar. There's the Torious Chariot here. Every 4 seconds shield for 80. When you sell this, give your items 3+ value. Cryo Sleeve. When any item is frozen, shield 30. And Pearl. When you use another aquatic item, charge this for a second, and it shields you. Oh, thank you. Oh, Turbo Harmadillo. Oh, really? Turbo Harmadillo. Every 6 seconds, deal 80 damage. Haste 2 items for 2 seconds. When you shield, charge this for 2 seconds. Are you kidding me? Am I actually going to try and pivot backwards again? It has turbo. I don't think I damage scale fast enough to do anything to enemies. What am I doing here in this run? Oh, good. Stop doing it to me. Stop it.
Hey, you're a natural at this.
No, I'm not. Don't you belittle me. I know what's going on. Alright, Brick Buddy between 2 very common activators. We got the Turbo Harmadillo that's going to haste a target as well as haste another target from Lefty Lucy. Bomb Squad, pop you between some commonly used friends. Perhaps that one. Look, no one told me that life was going to go this way. All sells large items. Middle sells medium. There's a couple hits in the medium pool still.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Cybersecurity. No. Deals triple damage if it's your only friend, though. I'll take the roll, knowing that I have the ability to sell stuff. Oh, look, it's a rocket launcher. I'm going to go all the way up. I'm not gonna. Dinosaur. If your enemy has at least 6 items, destroy a small item for the fight. I am going to be leaving you.
That's Poe. He might have what you need.
You know what? Burninator bot, why don't you show me what's up? Why don't you show me whether or not I'm strong enough? I'm strong enough for a PvP fight. Thermal Lance, when this is hasted, it gains 4 burn for the fight. Your burn items have their cooldowns reduced by 3%. Get a tool, scrap. I'm gonna go for the scrap shield again. I think the scrap shielding on the duct tape is like so much of the reason that we are alive. I like this more because now when the Turbo Harmadillo activates, it also activates the duct tape, which then goes back and gives some more charge to the Turbo Armadillo again. I suspect this will be faster. Keener sells non-weapon items, battlefield, small items. I got a lot of small items to upgrade.
Mind is highly concentrated.
Bomb Squad only getting 2 additional burn. Not over the moon about that. It's not really very effective of an upgrade, but we'll take it. There's the Alpha Ray back. You fool me once, and then again. But then, you can only fool me 6 more times until I really, really, really start to be suspicious of the next 5 times that you fool me. Hacksaw. First time you use this each fight, destroy a small enemy item for the fight, another weak point detector, and a helmet. Dianosaur. Ooh, flamethrower. Deal 2 damage. Burn equal to 1 times this item's damage. I mean, it's not going in this build. I just wanted to look at it for a second. Alright. Bunker, when you take damage from an item, shield equal to 40% of the damage dealt. I don't think that's part of this build. Should it be? The damage from the Chris Army knife is negligible. The burn from charcoal is important, and that comes from activating other things. Bunker, I don't want Bunker to replace things. Realistically, I would want like duct tape and power sander, and then Bunker probably on the other side of power sander. So Bunker would be replacing Brick Buddy and Chris Army knife in that instance. So every 5 seconds, that's 2 fewer activations of a friend. But it's also immediate activations of shielding on any instance of damage from an enemy, which is much better for triggering the Turbo Harmadillo. This scales higher. I have no doubt that the Brick Buddy scales much higher. The Bunker, though, represents... I mean... I died of poison. I died of poison. That's... But I'm kind of just accepting that I died of poison in this build. I haven't really got a other choice. If the enemy doesn't have that many weapons, suddenly I feel real bad. It has to be damage from an item. So it can't even be burn ticking down on me. Alright, for that reason, I'm not going to be taking it. And for that reason, I'm out. Ooh, Beulah. Buddy, you've got 5 wins. You've only dropped 1. I don't think I'm going to be the one to take the next. We'll see, though. Oh, you've got Big Rebirth, Fiery Rebirth, and a Beast of Burden hitting for 1800 damage. Oh, big buy and sell build. You got a Regal Blade and a dog doing damage like that as well. Yeah. That one was a toughie. I'm not gonna lie. I've learned a little bit more about Dooley, but I am also a little disheartened. I don't even think I would have gotten a second wind without Bonk. Was Bonk necessary for that? Was that the timing for it? The Turbo Harmadillo. With a power sander, some duct tape, a little Chris Army knife action. Brick body even hung out? But I'll definitely agree with the Skull Placard there saying that that was an unfortunate journey. And I'll look forward to my next being a little more fortunate than it. Until then though, my name is Rhapsody, the name of the game has been The Bazaar. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. Top left of the series playlist for all the content of the game past, present, future, YouTube recommendations down below. Streaming past the names of the people who are generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out about the thank you and a special thanks to this episode to Mr. Gibberish. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves and hopefully we'll see you all next time.